Hi everyone, I'm JD, welcome back to my channel. Alright, so I'm excited to announce a couple more winners for my Christmas giveaway. So excited! So originally I was only going to do like one big winner, but when all the comments came in, my heart's just like, I want to give everyone their thing they want. So I'm trying to do my best to kind of grant as many wishes as possible, I suppose. I mean, some people will miss out, I'm sorry. But I am going to try my best to spread it around and make it so as many people as possible and as feasible within, what I can do within my means, to share that round. So we've already had Chrissy Phillips, 5 boho fabric swatches with charms have been sent to you directly from Bonnie and Clive. So, so excited. And then Ashley Nonaya, I made that mermaid journal for her and it's all wrapped and everything. And so this I will send out tomorrow, and that is her prize, I suppose. She wanted a different mermaid journal from an Etsy shop and out of my budget, but also I always had it in my back of my mind to make her a journal and send one to her just to say thank you for all her support as a subscriber, and to let her know she is so loved. And yeah, so that is for Ashley. Alright, and now the new winners for this week. I don't know if I'm going to do it weekly or every few days or something, we'll just see. Rhonda Johnson, so she's making this mushroom journal, and she linked to some mushroom stamps, and I think stamps are fun. And yeah, also like this was also kind of a great way for me to give back as well, for whether it's you gave me a happy mail or you donated for the Beyond Blue fundraiser. This is also a little way of me saying thank you as well for that. So not just a Christmas gift for you, Rhonda, but also thank you for your Beyond Blue donation and your little bit of happy mail too. So I will purchase those stamps for you, and I think I already have your address, so I'll just get in touch with you just in case, I don't know, you've moved or something before I purchase that, and then I'll get it sent straight to you. So yeah, how exciting. The other winner is, now this is a stranger, so I don't know this person outside of this at all, like a new Rhonda from the Beyond Blue fundraiser and the Junk Journals Down Under group. Same with Chrissy and Ashley I've known for a while through my channel, but Alan, a new person. So this is exciting. That's what I mean. I love spreading around this gift giving, and for different reasons, and it's just whatever speaks my heart, that kind of thing. Anyway, so Alan, what is it? I can't read my writing. She linked to Nick the Booksmith, and oh my goodness, I think out of all the Etsys, she is like one of the most popular, and I'm going to let Nick know that because I think that will encourage her as well, knowing that so many people have said these lovely things about her, that they follow her on YouTube, and she got everyone into junk journaling. Anyway, I'm going on. So Alan wanted vintage journal pages, and it's a digital kit, so I thought, perfect, that's easy. There's no shipping involved. I don't need to know what country you're from. I already contacted Nick and asked her if she can send the digital kit to Alan's email, and she said yes, that's fine. So I will go ahead and do that. So Alan, if you can just email me with your email address, that would be awesome. Alright, there's another one over here. So Pinky Noble, she linked to, I think it's Marimi Small Art, if that's how you say it, and I actually know of Marimi as well. She was one of the first people who got me into junk journaling as well, and she does mixed media stuff, and I did get really inspired by her work, and I might show that in a later video, but some watercolor stuff, some mixed media stuff, and in fact those mixed media digital kit pages that I have in my Etsy. I don't think that you've seen them on my channel maybe. They were inspired by Marimi as well, or Maremi, I don't know. Anyway, so Pinky was just saying she would love to get a 6-pack of napkins from her, and I apologise, Pinky, I won't be getting you that those napkins, but what I will be doing is sending you a happy mail, and I will put 6 napkins in it for you, and I will look at the pictures that you linked to and try to get them to match up as close as I can, or just put in some pretty ones that I think you might like. So that's my little thing for you, Christmas present for you. And then lastly, for this little lot of winners, Bonnie and Clive, amazing. When I contacted her about Chrissy winning the fabric swatches, she said, just, out of the goodness of her heart and kindness and generosity, said that she would like to do 2 Secret Santas for 2 winners of my Christmas giveaway. So I could choose anyone from Australia who entered the giveaway, and she would send them a Secret Santa, which is a mix of different items in it for junk journaling, and I will link that video below so you can have a look at that and see that if you haven't seen it. And I'll link Bonnie and Clive's Etsy shop as well, because you can of course purchase it as well. And I have thought of one person so far, and as soon as I read a comment, I knew I wanted to do something. She actually wanted, it's Heavenly Imaginings, she wanted the wedding dress pack from Bonnie and Clive's shop, and I guess it spoke to me because I would love that pack too, but I just know that I don't know how to use fabric yet, and laces and all that stuff. I have quite a bit at the moment, a little bit, and I don't know, I'm trying my best to do little fabric collages and things, and whenever I do them, I just look at them and go, oh, that didn't turn out like I was hoping. They don't look great. So until I can know what I'm doing and actually make something that looks pretty, then I will go ahead and buy a wedding dress pack. But until then, I don't want things sitting around unused, basically. But those packs are stunning, they're amazing, and oh my gosh, everyone should get one. So yeah, I guess that's why it spoke to me. Just a little out of the budget range at the moment, because I do want to share giveaways to as many people as possible. But what I've done is asked Bonnie if she can include a couple maybe of wedding dress material in the Secret Santa, and Bonnie said she can do that. So thank you so much to Bonnie for your big help with all of this. I love collaborating too, actually. When other people want to give as well, oh, it is so fun. Because this is just like a huge value of mine, and I just want, like, if everyone gave in fun and creative ways, and if it was just a normal thing, like, that would be awesome. Anyway, so Heavenly Imaginings, you are getting that Secret Santa. Awesome. Alright. So, that is those giveaways for that, and I guess now I'm going to chat about the calendar before I get into sharing some more of my artwork, because I am trying to nut out this artwork series where I share the meanings behind my pictures, so I'll get to that soon. But first, the calendar. I just am aware that with my Etsy shop closing on the 13th of December, the last date that I can send out calendars to anyone is the 14th of December. And I know some of you have been saying, I'll definitely get a calendar, or I will be ordering one. I just need to know how many people want, or how many people want one, so that I can place an order. I'll have to do it pretty much next week. So, and I don't want anyone to miss out, so I'll order them maybe the Monday the 3rd of December. That gives them a week to get to me, hopefully. They do say that shipping can be longer at Christmas time, so that's why I just want to get in a bit as early as I can with my order, and then that way it allows a little over a week, and then I can ship them on Friday. So what I've done is I've changed the setting listing on my Etsy. It just has, I think, 7 calendars there, because that's what I literally own at the moment, and I can send them out right away. But so either purchase one of those, or just contact me through my email or Etsy letting me know you would like one, or to order one, or however many you want, because then I'll need to put through that order. So yeah. Yeah, so I'll link that link below, to the calendar, and my email will be below too. And yeah, okay, so I guess by the 3rd of December, get your orders in so I know how much to order. That's the main thing. Alright, so now let me share some more of my drawings. I shared this one in my intro video, and I'll link that as well in case you missed that. And it was just all about how I got into drawing and what it means to me and why I draw, that kind of thing. And then I have already shared some of the meanings behind these, and yeah, you'll just have to, there's a lot of videos where I share my art journal card packs where I go through the meaning. So I'm pretty sure I shared the meaning behind this one and this one in one of my faith packs. This one's called Do You Love Me, and all about how when we make mistakes we can think, you know, oh, I'm the worst person, and you just don't, you want to give up because you think you're just going to create more hassle for people than good. But know that as long as you love God, He can use you. Sometimes I would think I was a bad Christian and that I was disappointing God all the time, but He's just like, no, if you love me, then I can use you. Your hands and feet are useful. This one's called Broken to Give, and this one's all about how I used to reject brokenness and thought brokenness was a bad thing, but Jesus is our ultimate example. I mean, He was broken on a cross, and out of that came life, eternal life, and healing, and forgiveness, and compassion, and peace, and joy, and love. And so that shows me the way, and to not be afraid to be broken, because it's when we're broken that we can give. And I can, you know, say that firsthand, especially with my depression and anxiety journey, because through that brokenness, that was probably the most broken I've ever been, but so much life has come out of it in just being able to share my story, and now I have so much more compassion for people, whereas before I would have been like, just get over it. Now I'm like, no, actually, I'm with you. I'll stand with you through it. And yeah, anyway, I've already shared that one. So the next picture is this one. And it is one of my favorites because of the meaning behind it. It's called Through the Washing Machine. And this came about because when I went to Bible college and took a cultural anthropology class, it just blew me away. It opened my eyes to so much, and it made me think differently about everything. And so that's why it felt like I was in a washing machine. It felt like I was getting turned upside down and back to front and inside out, and that my whole worldview was changed. Basically what happened was, our lecturer said, why do we eat with a knife and fork? And I was just like, oh, because we do, duh. That's the way we eat. And then he was like, because there are other ways to eat. Chopsticks, with your fingers and your hands. And in that moment, like, my head knew, of course, there's other ways to eat. But in that moment, it just convicted me of my own arrogance and about my own culture, and how I thought my culture was the be-all and end-all and the only way and the right way of doing things. And then he said, you know, why do we sit at a table and chair? I was like, again, it caught me off guard, because I was like, yeah, because that's just the way we do it. It's the way things are done, so we should do it. And he's like, no, because in other cultures they sit on the ground and they sleep on the ground, and it's not bad or worse, it's just different. And that just really opened my eyes to the fact that the way we do things aren't necessarily the best way of doing things, or the right way, or the way that they should be done. And it just, I guess, humbled me to my own ethnocentrism, if that's how you say it, where you think your own culture is superior to all other cultures, basically. And not that I thought that, but just that I don't know, when you grow up and you live one way, you just think that's the way it's always done and should be done. And it just showed me, no, there are other ways of doing things. And it came down to absolutely everything. Like, why do we all have houses with 4 walls or with a roof? And I don't know, just little things like that. I'm just like, why do we all have our knives and forks in the top drawer? And because you can go into any kitchen and kind of know the layout. And okay, it's not a bad thing, but it just is a lazy... I don't mean lazy. There's lazy ways of thinking because we just fall into patterns, and it's just because everyone's done it. This is how it's always been done. So you just don't think about what you do. You just do it. And I want to live more intentional than that, and more creatively than that, than just going along with how things are done. And so now what I try to do is, for every little thing that I do and own and buy and whatever, and how I spend my time, I want to know why I'm doing it, what my values are, and if it's matching up with my values, rather than, oh, this is just how our culture does it, if that makes sense. I mean, that's a big ramble there, but to me it's like really important. Alright, so this one is called Let the Inside Out, and it's 5 ways of saying the same thing, and a big lesson I've had to learn, and I'm still learning it. We're all on a journey. Some people are open books. Me, I was always a closed book with a chain wrapped around it and 10,000 locks, and the key has been thrown away. I was always silent and wanted to be invisible and silent, and yeah, I don't know, kept everything inside. But I've learned that robs people of what we have to offer. And so share your stories, share who you are, and that will give other people something good. I believe that. That's one of my core values now. And so the shell paradox is that if you keep everything inside, you break from the pressure of holding yourself together. This one here is how I wanted to hide behind a brick wall, and I had my mouth covered because I was silent. But if you do that, there's a world inside every person, I believe. And this world, I want to know this world. I want to get to know people's hearts and who they are and why they are the way they are. And if they're quiet and keep silent about it, and they hide behind a wall, that robs me of what they have to offer, all that treasure. And so I have to do the same thing, let my world out. And take off the key. Take off the locks and the chains. And then this one, how I would bottle everything inside. And now let's take off the cork, because everyone has rainbows in us. And rainbows for me symbolize joy and gifts and, the promises of God and all that kind of stuff. And everyone has this inside them. So let it out. Alright. You've already heard me share this one and on a previous video, just all about stepping outside the box and how people can give us labels, and they might not necessarily be bad things. It could be like, oh, you're so wise, or you're so kind, but that can make us feel like we always have to live up to that all the time, and we can't be real with people. Or we might be the class clown, and then we think we can't be serious, or I don't know, whatever it is. The more you step out of those labels, you find out that who you always thought you were isn't who you are. And then there's so much more to you than you ever thought. And that's just what I've been discovering in my own journey. So this picture is called A Tribute to My Favourite Song. And music has always been, well, not always, I distinctly remember in my last years of primary school, that's when I got into music. And all through then high school, music was just a constant in my life, and something that I would say was a lifesaver. As much as art has saved my life, music has always been there for me. It's been a friend, because sometimes when I don't have words to explain myself, a song will do it for me, and that is a great gift, and just wow, that means so much to me. And I'm so thankful for those people who write down their lyrics and share their stories in song, because it gives people like me words, and it can help me express something that's inside me. And that's what I love about storytelling, whether it is through song or books or art. It connects with people and it helps people. So this song, it's called If I Am, and it's by 9 Days. Maybe I'll link the YouTube video just for fun of that, in case anyone wants to check it out. And it's not a well-known song at all, but for me, it tells my story in a metaphorical way. And especially in year 9, I guess, you know, when you've got that teenage angst, not that I had much angst as a teenager, but just that whole time when I was very shut up and quiet and hidden, this song was there for me, and it gave me hope. So that's the anchor. It's the song that gave me hope, and that's what music can do, and that's what stories can do. Anyway, and I'm just so thankful for this band and this writer who put these words down, because it got me through, I suppose. Yeah. Anyway, let me know a song, if there's a song that got you through. I don't know, maybe I'll do a journal page spread about this song. And because I would love to do like a journal with me series where you guys journal about the same thing. So like the dreams one, you journal about a dream that you have in your life and a dream that came true for you. And then another page about a song that really means something to you. And I think, because that's my passion, is to help other people journal, or to get other people journaling, or if you already journal, let's journal together. It's the journaling that I love most, and to have these moments where we can just reflect and find meaning in our lives and record these significant moments. Anyway. This picture is inspired by this activity we did at a training camp, and it was about listening to each other and working out team dynamics, and seeing that although we're different, we can listen to each other, respect each other, and learn from each other. And what we did was, there was this rope on the ground, and we had to go from one end to the other, place ourselves along it, and with a question. So it might be, are you an introvert or extrovert? And so the introverts would be over here, the extroverts would be here, and everyone in between, wherever. And one of the questions was, do you like deep conversations or lighter conversations? And I'm way over at this deep end, right? I had no time for small talk. I couldn't stand small talk. I just want to get to the heart of things. I want to know you. I want to know your heart and your passions and your dreams. That's what I want to do. I want to sit on a couch all night and chat about our hearts. And that energizes me, whereas small talk, it feels like a running tap and it just drains me. But what this insight I got from this was, don't disregard either end, because the small talk actually is a bridge to get to know people. And not everyone's comfortable with deep questions and deep talk straight away, especially. It can freak people out, I know. I have to really hold back and not go here straight away with people, because it can really freak them out. But yeah, to start off here, and then you build that connection first, and you build that relationship, and then you build that trust, and then you can go here. So I've learned to value this and to appreciate it rather than disregard it, ignore it, that kind of thing. And I love that listening, no matter what kind of person you are, listening is always a bridge to connection. And learning from each other and learning from our differences, I love it. This one you've already heard me chat about, I think in a video where I shared about a scripture that is one of the most encouraging ones for me. And arise, shine, for your light has come, and my glory is rising upon you. All about how God calls us out to freedom. He's always singing and dancing over us to freedom, because we're his kids, and he's never ever going to stop singing and dancing, no matter how ashamed we might feel, no matter how depressed or anxious, no matter how guilty, no matter what we've done, no matter how people treat us or how we treat ourselves, no matter the situation, no matter how stressful, whatever. He will never stop singing and dancing over us, and he will like ruthlessly sing and dance over us, because he is fighting for our freedom. And that just encourages me. Like at my lowest points, he is still singing and dancing over me and saying, you're mine. No way is this prison going to keep you down. You're mine. And then that we can do that to other people. Once we're out of a certain prison, we can then sing and dance over people and call them out of their prisons as well. Alrighty. This picture here is called The In-Between. And it's about, I was actually really frustrated when I drew this, so I was expressing my frustration, where it felt like once you've glimpsed a little bit of heaven, real life, like normal life, I suppose reality can seem so dark and meaningless, I suppose. And what I had to learn and have to learn is reality can be, we can bring heaven into this. Heaven isn't over here separate. Heaven can be brought in right now wherever we are. And heaven isn't a place we go to. Heaven is coming to earth, and it's something we bring to earth because, Jesus, or, the kingdom of God is coming to earth, and we as people can participate with God in that, bringing heaven to earth through things like loving people, giving to people, always upholding people's worth and dignity and that kind of thing, rather than judging people and focusing on things that don't matter. Like, I find I could get very cynical where people can be focusing on possessions and status and popularity and fame and money and climbing the corporate ladder and that kind of stuff. Not that necessarily it's a bad thing, but if that's your one focus, I think you're kind of missing the point. And where the point is loving people and being transformed into a person who is a safe person, a kind person, a caring person. I don't know, I'm not sure if I'm explaining myself right, because this was born out of frustration and I'm not in this place anymore. Like, this is past. This was just expressing frustration. But how the kingdom of God is an upside down kingdom. It's a back to front kingdom. The first shall be last. If you want to lead, be a servant. That kind of stuff. And I was like, how, God, how do I bring this kingdom culture to my earthly culture? And I was just like, how? How do I do this? And I was so frustrated because I just wanted heaven and none of this. And now, I'm a much more more peaceful place now. We're all doing our best to bring this to here. I'm not sure if that made any sense at all to you guys. Because, it is a very past thing for me. I drew this, let's see, wait a second. Here is my stories written out. I drew this in 2014, so 4 years ago that was. So I've come a long way. And I am sharing these drawings in chronological order. So I'm wanting to do this as well to show you my journey and how my thoughts have changed and my lessons that I've learned. And you'll see a lot of that as I go through it. I'm going to stop there. But I forgot to mention as well, all the calendar sales will be going towards the publishing of this art book. So I'm going to try, I will actually, I'm going to do it. So many things have happened that have pushed me to now, next year I will be publishing this book. A hopefully print book. If I can raise enough money, I will publish a print one. If not, I'll just do an ebook. I might do both actually. The dream is to do a print book though. And any sales from the calendars will go towards the publishing of that. So, alright. Also, let me know if you prefer me sharing one drawing at a time, or if you don't mind me just seeing however many I can get through in a video. I'm not sure which way I prefer, but if you guys have a clear preference, then of course I might, listen to that. Otherwise, I'll have a think about it. So, thanks guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.